So 5 trillion might sound like a very big number when it comes to Shiba Inu. And this is the resistance that we are currently fighting against for SHIB. But what if I told you that Shiba Inu can actually break through here very, very easily? And in fact, this is quite small compared to what SHIB has done before. I want to have a discussion about this with you guys, as well as a couple other things we're watching in terms of capital flows in the space. So if you guys are new or haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So SHIB right now is currently facing this 5 trillion resistance. And what this is where a large amount of Shiba Inu was accumulated to the tune of 5 trillion SHIB. So this is currently sitting at this levels of 4033. And you guys know that this is where our focal point of resistance is for SHIB. We've tapped this now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in the recent term. This is just over the course of the last week. So SHIB is fighting against this very key level, and even dating all the way back to SHIB's last pump, it was a key focal point of resistance and support for SHIB, right? We guys can see that right here, right as SHIB tried to rebound, it tried to hold these levels here as well. So not an uncommon thing. Now, that being said, is this a big roadblock in the way for Shiba Inu? No, it's not. And the reason why I'm saying that is 5 trillion SHIB is actually quite small compared to what SHIB has had to fight through before. In fact, when we look all the way back here, I want to take you guys back to early 2024, where Shiba Inu was actually fighting against 250 trillion SHIB in terms of resistance. This is where a lot of accumulation took place. This is where SHIB had a huge, huge point of resistance. And that's why SHIB really struggled to break through 4010 for so long. But now fast forward to today, we're in thinner levels of liquidity, less available SHIB on exchanges. So now that we're up in these ranges, there is only thin blocks of liquidity standing in our way to the tune of, for example, 5 trillion SHIB. There's like, what was it, like 20 trillion SHIB between here and the all-time high? Actually, I want to see if I can, that's all right. I used to have these boxes laid out before, and up in these ranges, there's not nearly the amount of resistance that SHIB faced back here. And what we're waiting for is just, again, that big burst of capital, that big burst of excitement in the space, which we are in alt season. Sentiment is high. That's a very good thing, but we're just waiting for the money to reflect the same thing. And right now, we have been on this good trend in terms of USDT dominance. It's continued to fall off, meaning that we are seeing some of that capital that's sitting on the sideline start to flow back into the space. That's a very exciting thing. But we're still waiting for this big extension, right? This big drop that leads us into the early part of next year. Frankly, USDT dominance should drop all the way down below 3%. All right. That would make a lot of sense. And this is all happening while the total market cap of crypto is on the rise. So you are seeing some flows from outside the space, but at the same time that that's happening, some of that capital is being parked currently. All right. Just because capital is flowing into the space and getting ready to buy doesn't mean that it is buying. Okay. And we've seen these shuffles take place before. It happens. And what we're waiting for is that big confirmation. Now, the question is what is that confirmation going to be? Is it going to be, a good CPI report tomorrow, like we talked about? Is it going to be another interest rate decrease next week? Is it the turning of the new year in general? Is it the new administration coming in? That's really the big question. Now, the good news is that with Shiba Inu being at a very good spot where, let me rephrase this. With Shiba Inu being in a very good position currently and showing these strong levels of support and still seeing that removal of supply, still seeing that long-term holder mindset, Shiba Inu has the potential to do this once again. All right. Now, this isn't a guarantee. This isn't financial advice or anything like that, but can SHIB do basically 4.5x from here over the course of maybe like a week or 15 days again? Yeah, it can, because the liquidity is thin. There's not much resistance it's fighting against. And once assets get rolling, once SHIB starts making these moves, FOMO can set in a very, very big way. You have to remember that Shiba Inu is still in its infancy. We're still only at, 1.45 million holders. That's quite small compared to what SHIB will get to in this market cycle. And frankly, prices right now are quite low compared to where SHIB can run to in the short term. Again, I wouldn't be surprised by a new I know people keep asking me this. I wouldn't be surprised by a new all-time high by March. I wouldn't be surprised us being another 50%, maybe 50% to 125% past that. That would make a whole lot of sense from a technical perspective. So we're gearing up for some really good times. These shakeouts that we're seeing in the market and this resistance we're fighting against, it's short term. All right. nothing is going to stop mass adoption. Nothing is going to stop bringing people into this crypto market, especially with this pro crypto embrace we're now seeing here in the US and even pro crypto embrace abroad. Things are really opening up for a big way for us to surge into mass adoption. And Shiba Inu is one of the coins that, again, gets some of that big retail money once it is excited and flowing. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell, hit that like as well. Let me know you guys are enjoying the content, but I want to hear your thoughts. When does SHIB break through this resistance? Frankly, I think it's going to be before the end of the year. We'll see what happens, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.